That hasn't been a focus currently, at least within the healthcare industry that I've been familiar with.
Right.
The problem with that is a lot of those energy things require pretty significant capital investment on that electrical side. And, a lot of the food service areas are in the older parts of the building. And so when you start talking the technology to reduce that footprint, you've got some major capital construction costs related to the infrastructure.
Right.
So it makes it a harder sell, to be honest.
Right.
And so now, if the facility's going through that type of a renovation,
Right.
then those are the types of things that could be introduced at that time. Because if you're going to be doing it anyway,
Right.
here's our ability to capitalize on that. Basically.
Yeah, so like if we have to, we're upgrading our electrical panels for different safety reasons and other reasons, and suddenly we have more electricity available to the kitchen, it might make sense to go to a 3-phase, and you can run the numbers and see how that will save money on a piece of equipment over time, and what the economic impact of that. We did a project. I was part of a team. We did a project once, and they were using these electric retherm units in a hospital, and maintenance was able to give us the cost of the electrical cost just on this equipment. It was absolutely unbelievable how much money was being spent on this one process to retherm, and it was a very antiquated old technology type thing. And so I want to say there was something like $30,000 or $40,000 a year in savings by we went to a totally different process and got rid of that stuff, and it helped sell the project.
Right.
I forget how much money that we were proposing to spend. It was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, but when we looked at it from a food cost and an energy cost and a labor cost, it was less than a 3-year ROI. It was like, well, that was easy,
Yeah, it's good to look into that from that perspective, but also reach out to your facilities directors, because again, does that it's nice to say that this saves here, but again, then when you really come to implement a project like that, and the facilities, the guys comes, oh yeah, we can do that, but now you've got a $1.2 million electric panel.
Right.
Now that
It doesn't
return
work.
in 3 years makes it a little bit more difficult.
Absolutely.
So never it's always harder in a hospital than you think. Hospitals are built for safety and certain rules, so it always costs more in a hospital than you can imagine.
Right.
So again, you've got to make sure that you do your homework on those types of projects.